Hello, Marcus Lim here with Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, the Deluxe edition. And this is by King, Evely, and Lopez. Okay. And this is the first Deluxe edition, and I would say the first hardcover edition of this 8-issue series. There was a trade paperback before, but I don't actually have that one, and I actually don't have the original 8 issues of this as well. So this is actually the first edition of this story that I've got without a home. And you can see here it says, it collects the complete saga. So it doesn't actually say which issues, but it's the 8 issues of the miniseries. And this edition also has a brand new introduction by Tom King, brand new cover by Bilquis Evely, and also an alternate script for issue 6, which is very interesting, and a treasure trove of behind the scenes artwork from the artist Evely. Okay, so let's have a look at this book, and I have to say this story, this Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, I think recently it's got a bit more of a interest from people because James Gunn, right, the head of the DCU moving forward, has announced that he'd be adapting this book into a Supergirl movie at some stage, if I'm not mistaken. And so that's why this book is, I think it will get more and more attention as we approach, the release of that movie, right, in a couple of years time. Let me take the jacket off first. Okay. Alright. So this is, so that's what the jacket looks like. And here is the book, front and back. Okay, very nice. Okay, so let's flip through it. All right. So the Deluxe edition, Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. Okay. And so this one has a brand new introduction by Tom King. You can see it's winter 2024. Wow, 2024. Isn't it? That's not even here yet. Anyway, okay, chapter 1, Men, Women, and Dogs. Okay, so each of these chapters, that's the cover for issue 1. So each of these chapters has, kind of those a little bit poetic sort of title. So the premise of this is, yes, someone gets killed. Right, turns out that someone is the father of this girl called Ruthie, right? Ruthie, an alien girl on an alien world, and so what she's not happy about that. She wants to find the murderer of her dad, and obviously seek revenge, and so she asks for help to do that, and eventually she comes across Supergirl in a very some people would say, bit of a slightly out of character Kara. And from the first issue it definitely seems that way, right? But just stick with it, and I think Kara, the Kara we know and love, will eventually come into being. Anyway, that's the murderer Cram, right? So the encounter Cram, he escapes, right? He escapes. And so the rest of the series is all about them, two of them, Ruthie and Supergirl, chasing after Cram. Chapter 2, Wounded, Stranded, Impotent. Okay? There's some hilarious moments, right, throughout the journey. And very nice, interplay between Supergirl and Ruthie, right? as they go through this journey, Ruthie discovers a lot about herself as well. The entire story is actually told, it's narrated, right, by Ruthie herself. Okay, told, I think, from the point of view of from the future. And I mean, this is a technique that Tom King likes to use very frequently. And I think sometimes it's hit, sometimes miss. In this case, I'd say, yeah, it works quite well for this story that he's telling. And also the other thing about Tom King is he likes to sort of, deconstruct superhero characters and sort of give some kind of psychological angle to them, right? And again, it's hit and miss, but I think in this story, it's actually not too bad. I mean, some people would say, hey, Supergirl is out of character, but as I was saying in the beginning, I think, yes, you do. If you stick around, I think the Supergirl you know and love, right, the essence of her values, right, they do come true slowly but surely. Okay, so now we're up to chapter 5. And at this point I should mention that about the artwork, right? The artwork by the artist Bilquis Evely, just gorgeous artwork. From, like, pretty sure you can tell just from me flipping through the book, right? And yeah, so this one actually apparently features remastered colors from the colorist as well. So I mean, I don't have the original issues or even the trade paperback to compare, but yeah, it's worth mentioning that this has remastered colors. So that means that even if you already have the trade paperback, you might wanna check this out. In addition to the fact that it is deluxe edition, I should also mention that, shouldn't I? Just at this time, just to have so you know that it is slightly larger than your typical standard size comic book. Alright, chapter 7. Ooh, that was pretty quick. So hope, help, and compassion. And yeah, you can tell from the titles that the story that Tom King is trying to tell is he is trying to say something, right, about life, about a life well lived. It's quite thought provoking. It's, you could say, moving, poignant as well, right? It makes you wonder, makes you think. Because what happens at the very end is, right, there is that decision of what will Ruthie do when she comes face to face with the killer of her father, right? So it kind of makes you think about, and I guess it would lead to a pretty interesting, thoughtful discussion about the nature of forgiveness. And yeah, so it ends up being quite a rich reading experience in that sense. So here's the variant. Alright, that's the end, right? Variant cover gallery. And actually the ending, all I want to say about the ending is that it's not what it appears to be at first sight, right? So you have to read it a bit carefully. That's all I will say. So variant cover gallery. Issue 1, issue 2, issue 3, issue 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And this is, obviously the cover for the deluxe edition here, right here. It's a brand new one. Very, very nice. I wonder if they'll even use this type, the same style, for the movie when it does get made. That'd be cool. And then here's a sketchbook by the artist Evely, right? Very nice. I think some of these extras were in the trade paperback. Well, obviously, not these new covers, but I think all the variant covers were. But I don't think the sketchbook was in the paperback. And here's some cover sketches of each issue, some thumbnails, but quite a lot of extras in this deluxe edition, which is always nice. Wow, that's actually a lot of sketches. Variant cover sketches as well, right? Variant cover, right? The variant covers. Okay, what's this one here? Oh, yeah. So this is interesting. Unpublished alternate script for Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow #6. It's called Home, Family, and Refuge. Now that would be interesting to read, right? And I think, if I'm not mistaken, in his introduction, the Tom King introduction, he does mention why they didn't go with this alternate version. And that's it. And then we've got the biographies of Tom King, Bilquis Evely, the colorist Matthias Lopez, and Clayton Cowles, the letterer. Alright, yeah, so Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, I think definitely worth checking out. It's yes, Tom King can be divisive at times. People may not like his style. I mean, this is quite prose heavy, but I think it does end up being, as I mentioned, quite a rich reading experience. Not a simplistic story. I mean, there are layers to it, but I think if you are patient, give it a bit of time, and if you can overlook the fact that Supergirl may initially seem a little bit out of character, but give it time, and I think you will find it quite an emotional, moving, even thought-provoking reading experience. So, hope you enjoyed this video, and please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in another video.